From the moment Paul Addams stepped onto a BMX bike, he was unbeatable. Beginning his career as a 10-year-old in 1980, Paul quickly caught the attention of the factory sponsors, and Diamondback came knocking, signing Paul as the very first Australian factory team rider. His winning streak was unbelievable. Racking up wins at the 1981 Australian titles, he was known as the kid to beat. When you lined up on the gate next to Paul Addams, you were racing for a second place. In 1983, Paul took a ride with GT Bicycles, who sent him to the USA to get battle-hardened, a move that even further cemented his abilities. That year, he would take a world number 2 behind USA's Rusty Cable at the IBMXF World Championships in Holland. The following year, he would turn that number 2 into a number 1 world title in Japan. Back home in Australia, Paul continued his dominance even when he moved up into the pro ranks. He began beating riders many years his senior. In 1988, Paul finally cracked the number 1 pro spot in Australia, winning the pro title at the famous floods of the Alice Springs Nationals. For the next 2 years, he was untouchable, winning the pro title in 1989 and again in 1990, becoming the first Australian pro to win 3 in a row. Although a man of few words, Paul was a sponsor's dream, not only because he was unbeatable, but because he was the rider everyone wanted to be. He remained a loyal rider to the GT Pedal Power and Robinson teams managed by Brian Pearce, teams that dominated the Australian BMX scene in the 1980s and 1990s. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hall of Fame inductee Paul Addams.